Saw this for $8 for a 50 ml bottle. This is Liz Claiborne, lucky number 6. Now mine's a 100 ml bottle. Got it for I think under $15 a couple years ago. There's a little red dragon here on the front. The bottle itself, even though it's a cheapie, you could tell they spent some time decorating this one. There's a little tassel on top, right there. Atomizer, it's a cheapie type of atomizer, spray time. A lot of juice comes out. There you go. I appreciate when they spend some time in the bottle, even though I don't really care that much about it. But just good to know they care about their own product, right? Now, the main thing is the smell. Right on top, did I say, welcome to my place? My name is Dave. We're just hanging out, chatting about fragrance. This is a very fun hobby, isn't it? Like this morning I was wearing Sarah Jessica Parker Stash, which it's for about $33 online. And I was really enjoying it. And I thought, man, it's so good to have fragrances, right? You better pick out ones that you enjoy, wear it, and just, really enjoy this whole thing. This is a nice hobby, isn't it? All right. The spiciness comes out very, very strong right on top. Plus the plum, right? Those two notes are coming out, blasting, projecting, and then followed right away. There's a greenness to it. Green, yeah, all those three. Now, when it transitions into the middle, give me a second. The middle part, there's some leather notes to my nose, and it's similar to Dior Fahrenheit. The EDT version, I cannot find my bottle, so just a leather portion, the violet-ish, leather-ish. This one's the parfum version, but I'm not saying they're clones of each other, but it's just the leather violet portion that reminds me of this. It does. But maybe about for 10-20 minutes, just the whiff of those. And some floral in here, some sweet. And then in the dry down, I'm gonna get that nice sandalwood, right? Now I say some sweet, some floral. It's just because I can't really distinctively pick out what type of floral there. Those are some what type of sweets it's talking about. But there's the base, the sandalwood, and some woodiness, really, really nice. Okay, so sometime I owned this for a couple of years. So sometimes when I wear it, I would think that it is a very simple type of scent, and yet it covers a lot of categories. It's talking about woodiness, right? You're talking about spicy. You're talking about green, floral, sweet. Okay, so it does have a lot of stuff in here. But if I have to summarize it for you guys, you're thinking, Dave, this is a $8 fragrance you see online. See the funny bottle, from Liz Claiborne, not a big house. Is usually for cheapies. What Liz Claiborne is known for is the Curve collection. I probably don't have anything else from the house. Maybe I do. I just don't know. It's not something that, when it's a cheapie house, you kind of, not pay that much attention to, which I'm guilty of. Human nature. With that said, this is a nice one. I own it for a couple of years. I wore it quite often, especially in the transition season. Okay, yeah. Just when I thought it's simple, and yet when I thought it covered a lot of categories, so it may be complicated. But then again, I'm getting those few notes is the overall. The spiciness, plum, some woodiness, and some green, okay, and some floral. Yeah, so it's not really a complex thing that's gonna take us into a more artistic, or it doesn't transition all that much. So it is a easygoing cheapie that is very versatile. Right? There's nothing that's too hard for people to accept, and nobody's gonna roll their eyes when you go. It projects well. I get at least maybe 3 or 4 hours, no problem. And usually works well on the in-between season. I'm smelling this. I'm kind of enjoying this. It's not every time I will enjoy it, because it's a little bit on the, it is very fresh. I forgot to say that. It's very fresh and spicy. And yet there's a dark, dense undertone, right? So it doesn't go super fresh all the way. I don't smell any citrus in here that's to carry it over, but it's more of a deeper, especially with the plum. The plum is kind of tones the whole thing down into a darker territory, but not to that extreme. Okay, so it kind of tone everything down, so it's not going to work very very well on the high heats at all. And so I use my bottle in the in between season, and yet it's not really going to be heavy enough to carry you in the winter if you are about maybe snowing what about 30 some degree when it's about to snow. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna come through. I mentioned that because a reviewer, a subscriber, Russell was talking about his weather is about 38 degree up in the morning, and I thought, and I was wearing this this morning about 50 some degree, and I was just thinking about, would this one work in the 38 degree weather when it's almost kind of snowing temperature? So no, it's probably not gonna work for you, Russell. In case in case you're listening, in between season would be nice. Now I gotta say though, I keep emphasizing the point of $8 because I was surprised how good this is for that pricing. For the smell itself, I would say, without knowing the price or brand or whatever it is, I would say the smell is about $30 ish. Yeah, that is the price range. I have smelled my share of cheapy $10-20 type of fragrance. This is not that. This is way better than that. The quality itself, you can tell it's nicely put together. Even though it's not gonna be the very expensive type, but they have put some thought and the quality is in here. Okay, my bottle is from a couple years ago. It's been around since middle 2000s. All right, it's not forever long, but yet it's more, it's been here for a while, and yet I'm very very surprised and happy for them be able to keep the quality. Liz Claiborne's a big house, so kudos to them for not giving us trash, even though it's $8 for 50 ml. That's still incredible to me. So I thought I wore it this morning. I have to mention it. Let you guys know in case you wonder, you see it, is it worth it? Yes. If you want to add some to get free shipping, yes. You want some that's easy going and nobody's gonna think you smell cheap? Yep, that's the one. Versatile, yes. Clubbing, I don't know. The spiciness is a little bit darker. It's not your typical clubbing type of monsters. So maybe not. And yet, if you wear it to those situations, nobody's gonna be offended. You might smell kind of cool because of the spicy leather note. You might smell a little bit unique, but I think your date will feel good. Now, with that said, it is leaning more unisex to my nose. Okay, there's nothing particularly too masculine, but definitely nothing feminine. If you ever wonder, if you're sensitive to that, you don't want anything that's too feminine. Nope, this is perfectly fine. Okay, wear it as a dude, as a man, no problem. But with that said, you can wear this to any occasions, school, office, anything like that, no problem. For work, it's perfectly fine. And it's gonna last you, or at least it lasts on me at least half a day, 3 or 4 hours. In the front, maybe 1 or 2 hours. Yeah, but it will project very well for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. After that is a nice, dry down is going to be a nice, about sweet. I gotta say that at the dry down, it does smell a little bit more typical because the spiciness is very toned down. So it's more of a typical sweet, but in the darker tone type of scent. So I will say, okay, it's more generic. Okay, yeah, but which is okay. You want to smell, nice, pleasant, in a good way. Okay, generic in a very nice way. All right. It doesn't really smell like anything else exactly, so it's not trying to copy others. At least in my collection, I don't smell anything. Yeah. With this, you will not smell cheap, but it's not gonna be overwhelmed. You know, it's not gonna be too artistic. It's not gonna transition much. It's not gonna be too showy, too flashy. All right. I did not really get compliment when I wore this. Yeah, it's not. That's why I say it's not really a compliment beast. All right. And anybody over 18 should be fine. Even younger is fine, okay? But I'm just saying, as far as the scent profile, it's gonna lean more in between. It doesn't smell too mature. It doesn't smell too juvenile. So it's just right in the middle where most people can wear it. Okay. All right. So that's a very quick take. It is worth it though if you see it for anything under 20. It's well worth it. It's as good as any of those, you know, $20 and $25. And like I said, I think it's up to $30. Very good deal. Yep. Anything else? I hope that covers everything. As always, see you next time.